Hi, everyone, and welcome to our brand new channel. I'm Brandy,
And I'm James.
and we've been living in Costa Rica for over 2 years now.
Keep watching to learn a little bit about who we are, why we chose to move to Costa Rica, and how we can help you
Especially those of you in minority and alternative communities.
decide whether Costa Rica is right for you.
So, whether you're interested in just visiting for now or are considering moving here, we're here to help.
Welcome to Poly in Paradise.
First of all, we want to acknowledge that many of you are watching right now because you're afraid of what the future may bring, especially those of you residing in the US. So, we'll start with a little bit about ourselves so that you can understand where we're coming from.
I'm James, and I'm your garden variety polyamorous male dominant. I've worked in academic and research libraries, and for the past 13 years, I've worked for a major alternative sexuality social network.
I'm Brandy, and I'm a polyamorous, bisexual, Norse pagan, primal switch. I'm a nerdy STEM major who loves gardening, gaming, playing music, and making chainmail. My pronouns are she, her, but I'm fine with they, them. I've been with my husband now for over 6 years, and my girlfriend for over 5.
Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get to the why Costa Rica. For me, it started in the mid-1980s when I lucked into a year-long job right out of grad school. It was based in the Central Valley of Costa Rica, that part that contains the capital of San Jose, as well as about 70% of the population. From that time on, retiring outside of the United States was always a dream, but being able to work remotely made it a possibility before retiring. With a prior partner, I began narrowing down the wheres. We used tools such as International Living's Global Retirement Index for data, but skewed it to match the things that we wanted, which included things like distance from the United States, for example. We reviewed it over several years. That narrowed down our pool to 4 principal countries: Costa Rica, Ecuador, Mexico, and Panama. We visited each country, with Costa Rica being the last place we went to. And then, Brandy happened.
As for me, I happened to fall in love with this man. Seriously, though, it wasn't in either of our plans for me to follow him to his final tropical destination. But as Jeff Goldblum says in Jurassic Park, life finds a way. So between a cheating nesting partner, James's plans changing, and a global pandemic generally wreaking havoc, our plans changed. And since I graduated with a degree in marine biology, I'd always yearned to live closer to the ocean and being surrounded by nature. So I thought that Costa Rica would be perfect for me. Once we found out that there were several highly rated international schools to be found here in the country, all that was left was for us to visit. So during a lull in the COVID crisis, while my teenage son was still attending school virtually, we all loaded onto a plane in February of 2021, with snowfalls canceling all planes leaving after hours, and flew to the airport in Liberia, Guanacaste for a 3-week exploratory trip. It was an eventful one, starting with my kiddo likely being the first ever kid to have a snow day while in Costa Rica, celebrating my virtual graduation from a data science boot camp, and of course, exploring the international schools in the Guanacaste area, as well as visiting more temperate areas around La Fortuna.
That trip cemented it for us. Although my stepson ultimately decided that he wanted to stay in the United States in order to play American football, we were able to come up with a plan that we'll get to in our next videos.
So how can we help you? Our future videos will go into all sorts of topics, such as border runs to Panama and Nicaragua, what it's like here in the Southern Zone, the big tourist attractions, and some hidden gems, and questions like, how do I find specific items and services?
We'll cover the big 4 questions that we had to answer before we were ready to make our move. What and what not to bring, how to get to Costa Rica, including how to get the furry members of your family to here, where you'll start your Costa Rican journey, and when to come, as well as other various topics.
We'll also share with you things to keep in mind before considering moving here, like what's it like being a queer woman in a socially conservative Catholic country. It's like being polyamorous. How's accessibility around the country? How to find and build community, and other information either coming directly from us or from connections that we've made along the way.
So please like, subscribe, hit that bell, and follow our experiences being poly in paradise.
Hi there, YouTube. Hope you're enjoying our content. Don't make Max sad, so please like and subscribe to follow us on our adventures.